guys correct. Please let me know when the stream goes bad, because I don't know, something to do with the OBS probably or something. All right, we're back. No, it's OBS something. Yeah, I don't know what happened. All right, so let's just trade. Yeah, you guys know my mantra. If you have material, you just go and trade stuff. Okay. This allows 94. D5, yeah. And then we can play knight f7, get more stuff. Double attack. Yep, back to the reality. And we have a... Okay, who was the guy who came late and wanted to play? There was this guy who came late and he wanted to challenge me. Ah, okay. Mr. Lime Rages, are you Mormigil Tura? Because I see challenge. Okay, good. All right, very good. Let's make 2 moves with Mormigil, Mr. Tura. Okay. This means there is potentially b4 at some point coming. So rook f1 is mandatory, check. And we grab this rook. Knight d5, okay. My scare tactics worked. Mr. Dillman is giving me something to work with finally. Yeah, but I thought you can just play rook f8, you know, not be scared about stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's still not much, yeah. But it's better than nothing. Take immediately or play rook d1 first, yeah. Because with rook d1 you have knight f6, so probably I have... But on the other hand, if you play knight f6, you don't have knight c5, yeah? And my knight on g5 is kind of badass. But my bishop on c1 sucks. Dilemmas? There's always a dilemma. But probably let's just, you know, go for this, yeah. Okay, and if I take... I mean, probably queen d6 and then just going for some attack is good, because if I go for the trades, you take, bishop c3. You have 2 passed pawns here, which I don't really like. But I have an extra exchange, yeah. If I move my queen, you're gonna have g5 some point. Which I don't like even more. But my queen on d5 will be very strong. But you will have g5 thing, yeah. I don't know, this is interesting. In a suspect it's probably just winning, yeah. Alright, so let's just take it, I guess. Going to d1. Grab. F1 or h4. Grab. And probably rook d8. Which allows knight h5, yeah. So maybe rook e8, let's trade 1 pair of rooks. This knight goes to e5, castles. Queen b7, fair enough. But now we can play bishop d3, yeah? try to work with this pin that you got yourself into. Let's hit this pawn maybe. Trade. Bishop h3. Okay. And just rook d8, yeah. Wait, you want to play knight h5 again, yeah? That's your thing. That is your thing. Okay, got it. Alright, then how about if we activate this knight, yeah? Play knight a4. Just go after your pawn. King e7 looks kind of sus. Bishop c4 I like this move. I like that move. Yeah, this move is creating problems, yeah. I mean, I don't really want to play bishop e6, which is probably defensible in the long run, but it's just so sucky. Rook f8 runs into bishop a3, yeah? Yeah, that's a problem. Alright, that means I have to be playing like stuff like king e7, yeah. Alright, this means queen e1. Probably take. Wait a minute. Is it c3 actually? Probably c3. Okay. So knight goes to c4, yeah. One. Can play knight d4 finally. Bishop can go to e3. And I wanted to play f6 here, yeah. I wanted to play f6 here. Okay, queen h4. How's my stream? Is it okay? Yeah, it's okay, yeah. Alright. What about knight c3 threatening rook takes a2? Wait, I could play that? Wait, which game was that? That was the game versus... Wait. Mr. Zamor, right? Yeah, you're right. Knight c3 is just winning, yeah? You're correct. It is winning. It is winning. But this is also pretty good. This is also pretty good, man. Okay. Now we can hit this guy. Yeah, so knight returns. Probably even queen h3, although queen g3 is also okay. Queen h3 looks kind of nice, though. Yeah. Bishop e6, wow. Alright, d4. Let's play bishop g5. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Kappa. Mr. Dillmans. Yeah. Yeah, guys, preferably if you like leave people some chance to learn, yeah, and don't name the moves. But it's perfectly okay. I understand if you have to. Alright, so let's bring the knight with the tempo. So the bishop is nicely placed. The only thing we have to hit this guy, yeah. So let's play knight e3. Let's hit more pawns. Now the question is, should I play b4 and go for the c4 thing? Should I just try to be more, I don't know, like rook f8, rook f3 sort of person, yeah? Alright, let's try rook f8 for a change, yeah? Because you're supposed to maneuver. It's called maneuvering, okay? Maneuvering. Like positional play. Right, my knight on d4 is good. But he wants to take and hit this guy, yeah? Alright, so maybe just f4, because now I can play f4, yeah? Ah, but then I cannot hit this guy. Ah. And he just keeps this guy there, yeah? And he's chilling. Yeah, we cannot have him chilling, right? Gotta do something. Okay, let's play queen h5. And now we can play bishop g5 with the pin, or bishop e5, yeah? Kind of like bishop e5. We can also play rook d8 and pin this dude. Dude! You're pinned. Alright, protect the central pawns. Grab the bishop. Grab the pawn. Grab the pawn. Okay. I think black has managed to equalize. So I'm pretty happy about my position. Activate the rook. You have memorized the mega database. Okay. You take your b pawn. I didn't want to open you the a file, because then your rook can go to a1, a2. I mean, it's possible. I was thinking about it. Yeah, it's definitely a candidate move, yeah? Sometimes when there's similar candidate moves, you don't know which to choose from. And in that case, you just pick one and just play, yeah? Because oftentimes what people do is they just spend an enormous amount of time trying to figure out which of the two slightly normal moves is better, because it's unclear. So, and they both look normal, yeah? So just pick one and play, yeah? You can't calculate the whole game. You gotta actually make some decisions based on the incomplete information, yeah? It's called incomplete information. All right. I actually want to hit this guy, yeah? All right, so let's do it. And Mr. Frogomoro, I know you didn't solve your tactics today because you're missing this move, yeah? That's how I know you didn't do your thing, okay? What is it called? Puzzle rush. You didn't do your puzzle rush today, man. You gotta do your puzzle rushes. It sounds awful, I know, but okay. Puzzle rush is important. It is very important. Right, bishop d4, and we play bishop g5, yeah, first. And Mr. Hokum, you know this trick, obviously. It's a famous trick, but it's pretty good. And Mr. Logic is going bluffing, I believe. All right, let's grab this bishop first. Grab f5, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Texas Speed, I was more worried about b3, bishop a3 check, okay? You've seen it probably, yeah? So maybe I would be forced to play c5, b6, but if I play c5, you get the square. So it was definitely a possibility, yeah? Alright. So take on e6, f6, or take on h6. A lot of moves are possible. A lot of possibilities are here. My god, I don't know which one to pick. Probably f6, yeah? Looks like it is the easiest to understand. Alright, so knight on b3 kind of sucks. So we want this guy on e5, so that makes idea to bring the knight to f3 is pretty viable, yeah? Or we can try to hit this guy, or improve the position of the rook first. Mr. Arsenal Van Ricci, welcome. Wait, what? What's going on? Ooh. Okay, I need to make some move versus Mr. Van Ricci. Okay, Mr. Van Ricci. One more move. Knight d6. Okay, the game is on. Yeah, you can play b4 probably, yeah. No, it's not too late. Alright, Mr. Panic Hugh. Mr. Burstmith, how are you? Okay, I see. Alright, no problem. Knight c6. Tricky. Tricky, guys. Tricky, guys. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna probably just play bishop d6. Wait, but then you move your bishop and your knight is holding. Ugh. Ugh. Fine, I'll take this bishop. Right. Well, because I do have this check, yeah, it's pretty important that I have this check. And now is a big question. There's a big question how to play here. I think it has to be rook c8 and bishop c4, to be honest. So if I play bishop c4, just take on rook d1. Yeah, and then you don't allow d5. And I can play queen f7 also, probably. Queen f7 probably is the best line, yeah. Yeah, I think so. Okay, here. And if I try to be a smart Alec, it's not gonna be smart, yeah. But okay, let's see. Can I do this? So check. c5, okay. Yeah, c5 is good. c5 is very good. Because you want to play c4 also at some point, yeah. Alright, so let's play d5. Grab this dude. Get the second rook in. Check, obviously. And I have to play c3, yeah. So let's grab this pawn. Or I can try to grab the knight, yeah. But that's probably nothing. Okay, let's grab this pawn. Check. Knight d2. Fine. Bishop. Or knight f6, yeah, because your bishop on d4 will be hit with my stuff. So, yeah, I don't want to develop your queen with a tempo. So probably it's knight f6. Okay. Alright, bishop b4, rook e2, rook d3. Run, Forest, run. b3, rook d8, bishop a3, king e8, f4, c6, b5. No, I mean, it was just an idea. Okay, but it's good that you saw this, yeah? All right. Just seeing it is good, okay? All right, so knight d2. I gotta stop that thing. Hit the bishop. Oh, you didn't see knight f7? Mr. Holcomb, you know, when there's bishop there, when the pawn is on f4, it's pretty standard idea, okay? So I hope you learned this idea. This is a pattern, okay? This is a pretty famous pattern, right? So now you know this, yeah? Because rook, bishop, pawn, and queen, they join in the attack. It's one of those patterns that, you know, you need to know. Now you know? Okay. In general, I like the Grand Prix sort of ideas because, you know, the attack can be insidiously hidden, yeah? And then suddenly, like, in 2 moves, the attack is just like unsprings, uncoils. The spring is uncoiled. And suddenly, like, you know, where did this come from, yeah? Bishop e3. Okay. Let's hit the bishop with the tempo. All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Logic. We need to hit this pawn also, yeah? Or just we need to push my pawns, I don't know. What do we need, guys? Would you say I need to push the pawn or... Yeah, but if I have to push the pawns, then they all have to go, yeah? Because the pawns have traveled together. Single pawn by itself is like never a good idea. All right, we got some games done. All right, thank you for the game, Mr. Frogmore. Hope. You know, tactics is important, okay? Do some tactics every day if you want to improve. Logic. You just gave me bishop, yeah? Bishop on d5 for nothing. Yeah, that was clearly a gift on your part. I was thinking maybe g4, g5, yeah, and g6. Just quick g-pawn push and maybe you have chances. Because if you get, you know, if you can get the whole thing like g5, g6, g7, queen h8, yeah, I mean, you're just, your attack goes through first, yeah. Okay, so knight to c4 or b3, probably b3, yeah. All right, this means this rook goes somewhere here or here, probably here. Then check. All right, thank you for the game. All right, Mr. Hokum, thank you for the game. All right, now we have this, yeah? Okay, so what is this? Yeah, so the knight on b3 sucks, yeah. We admitted that, yeah? The bishop on a5 looks nice, but it doesn't do much. So the idea was to try to bring this knight back, but then you have some c5 or something, which I don't really like. So maybe actually rook c2. Trying to make a play for your lousy pawn. Okay. All right, let's block this pawn for now. Bishop f4, I like. Okay. Good move, Mr. Dillmans. Yeah, so maybe black is actually getting a very good position, yeah? So I have to be a little careful now. Yeah, I should probably just make a draw here. I don't think I'm better. Yeah, I don't think I'm better at all, yeah. Rook a3, very interesting move. Yeah, you're getting my rook of the third, yeah. It's kind of okay, but all right, let's see it, yeah. Take. Now this allows me to play knight g4 and get your bishop, Mr. Arsenal Fanrici. Yeah, I cannot allow this. Bishop b2 is okay, yeah. Maybe king d5 or king c5. King c5 is fine. Yeah, but you're not catching my queen, no? If you're not catching my queen, then I'm fine. f4, okay. h6 first. So now you have 95, queen here, here, here. Alright, but I'll just give you back. Alright. Yeah, you have some attacking ideas, yeah? Chess is hard, yes, chess is hard, absolutely. Nobody said it's gonna be easy. If somebody told you chess is easy, don't trust that man. Okay, f4. So you gotta play bishop e6, yeah, for sure. For sure, bishop e6 must be played. So let's bring the queen back. All right, Mr. Tirmouth, thank you for the game. Tactics, okay. Solve more tactics, please. Yeah, your bishop on f4 is very, very strong, yeah? Very strong bishop. That bishop kicks ass. Damn. Yeah, I underestimated that bishop, man. I really underestimated the bishop. But Mr. Zamolka, why are you giving me a whole knight? I mean, that was the purpose why I moved my king, so you cannot trade my knight, yeah. I think at the end it's like very close to a draw. I mean, like very, very close. You almost made the draw, man. You're playing way too fast. Exactly. Exactly. You're playing way too fast, man. I agree. That's a big problem. You gotta use your time. You've got to use your time. Bishop e8. Very interesting move. Extremely interesting. Okay. I don't know. As people mentioned before, chess is hard. The bishop e8 is he avoids the pin, and now his queen can move, yeah? My knight on b3 and rook on c2 now look pretty dumb. They are dumb bastards. They're not looking good. Alright, I probably have to play queen e2, yeah, regardless. So bishop back. Knight to g4, and if I hit this knight, where does this knight go? Mr. Nefedov, chess enthusiast. It sounds like a kind word for chess amateurs, yeah? A more polite way of saying that. What would you recommend against the Spanish opening? There are many ways to play good stuff. Okay, rook g4 must be played, yeah? Alright, so knight c4 probably has to be played. Well, you know, people play the classics. You have to know the classics, right? So you have to know the Stanis, you have to know the exchange Spanish, you have to know the Spanish, the open variation of the Spanish. Yeah, and then you have to look for Cardell, Archangel, and then you go to Chigorin and Marshall. You have to know everything in Spanish, yeah. Spanish, such an opening is, you have to pretty much know everything. It's hard to recommend anything specific though, because again, there's so much stuff there, you know. Alright, bishop h4 looks like the best move. And then you play g6 and you catch my queen, yeah. Tricky fella. Very tricky fella. Okay. And if I play bishop f4, with an obvious idea. Well, this is mainly to prevent g6, yeah. Although it's not like g6 was really something scary, but it was something that needed to be, you need to be aware of, yeah. Alright, so this means my king has to run. My king has to imitate the best form of run, forest, run. So the question is, where are we gonna run? Where is this king going to run? Indeed. Ideally, I want my king on c7, but I don't see him getting there. Yeah. I don't think it's possible. Unfortunately. Damn. Yeah, probably king e8, yeah. Probably king e8. You're not even taking my rook, man. Damn. Alright, I'll force you to take my rook. '91. Bishop b5 maybe. Bishop a6. Why? I kind of like knight d2. Just move the knight, yeah. So let's play that. Alright, let's bring the second rook. You're so drained of energy? Okay. Yeah, in Spanish there is a lot of theory because it's like 300 years of theory, yeah? Yeah. Have you caught any cheaters lately? Absolutely. I actually got some messages. I got some messages saying we refunded your rating points. Okay. I did get those messages, dude. So don't you worry about those cheaters. We got them. We got those naughty bad cheaters, man. I mean, the real question is, do you really expect that there are no cheaters? Especially in this day and age, when it is so easy to do this. I mean, come on. Let's be realistic, yeah? All right, there is a small trick here, Mr. Arsenal van Ricci. All right, let's see if it works, yeah? So the rook blocks the pawn. Trying to be original, playing too fast, switching off, etc. Have you ever suspected an OTB opponent of cheating? Sure. Sure I did. However, I can probably count the number of times it happens on the fingers of my one hand, because I do not recall. like from top of my hand. How many times I suspected anyone? All right, Mr. Texas Pete, let's see. G5. I'm pretty sure you saw this move, but I'm just curious. What do you think is the resulting position? Because I get to trade some pieces, yeah, which means I get to alleviate some pressure that you're trying to pile up on my king, which is stuck in the center. Also the double pawn, because I get the opposite color bishops, right? You see what I'm doing? I'm in the worst position, so in order to make a draw, what should I do? Yeah, there's not much choice. Not many things you can do. But among those things that you can do is right. So grab is transposing into the endgame with the opposite color bishops, right? The opposite color bishop endgames, they increase the chances of making a draw in an inferior position, like by the factor of at least 5. Yeah. All right, so knight b4. The best Spanish games are Fischer-Spassky. Yeah, but that game is based on a lot of games previously, which is like, Breyer, Chigorin, that famous A file thing, and then black goes for the F5, yeah. Yeah, that was, I'm not saying it's a bad game, it's a great game, but all right, bishop d2, which means the knight has to go to f3 back, yeah. I don't know. I know, Mr. Dillman, about trading one pair of rooks, because the more rooks you trade, the more pieces you trade, the stronger potentially my pass pawn, the far pass pawn becomes, yeah. I feel like with the trade of this pair of rooks, my position dramatically improved compared to the way it was like before the trade, yeah. I don't know why that is. Maybe I'm wrong. But it seems this way, yeah. All right, so rook c1. So you're doing that. We're both doing this, yeah. Okay. Yeah, but h5 has no threat, yeah. So I can just play bishop g5, for example. And this bishop goes to the beautiful f6 square, of course. The beautiful square. So probably it's bishop b5, yeah. h4. And now the grandmasters, what they do, they start to torture their opponent. They start to move back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until some point, you have to switch between king side and queen side, right? And that's where, things get easy to mix up. Yeah, you need second target, which is the reason why I started playing there, okay? So, probably queen takes. So we grab this, yeah. h5. This means I can grab this pawn too, yeah, or play knight c5. Take, but you protect this rank, okay? Right. Okay. Also knight b2 is playable, yeah. Except my knight on b2 kinda weird. But it's an exchange, yeah. So no complaining. No complaining. C4, A3. And you guys see the difference in the bishops. Yeah, that's the point of the London system. The point of the London system is to make sure this bishop, he doesn't get much of work. How one claim a game of chess for chess points? You're getting very close to that goal. It's very simple. You use your points, you write me a message, and we schedule a game. Simple as that. Okay. So now the question is, how will my rook get into this business? Yeah. So I guess you're ready for b4, but okay, let's see it. All right. Rook to g5. Looks kind of weird, but there are a lot more weird things that can happen to you. Yeah. Most influential classical era player are the world champions. The world champions always introduce something new, which caused a great fluctuation in the game. Always introduced something new. I have a feeling this guy is trying to pull something. I don't know what he's trying to pull, but whatever he's trying to pull, something to do with the first rank and something to do with this spin. You know what? I am scared, so I'm gonna play h3, okay? Because I'm freaking scared. So I'm gonna play that. All right, let's hit this rook. Yep. Sure. Of course they had more impact. We're not saying these guys did not have an impact. Obviously, these guys had an impact, but the world champions, you know, they had the biggest impact. That was the question, right? The biggest impact. All right, so we got to this position, and now there are certain questions here. All right, I thought this would be very close to equal, but it does seem it is not actually quite that simple, yeah? All right, so h6 probably has to be played. Knight to d6. Well, you're leaving me with the... All right, second rook to d4. Ah, wait, you might do that, yeah. Yeah, it's okay, yeah. King to e2. Okay. So the problem is this bishop. And to solve this bishop's problem, I probably need to play bishop f8 here, yeah? Because this bishop does absolutely nothing on this diagonal, so you need to improve your pieces. The first thing you do is always look for ways to improve the position of your pieces. It's like basic rule. So the bishop goes to c5 or somewhere else. And we're probably gonna play knight e5 here, yeah. 95 looks very logical. However, after c4, your bishop is protected. So that's your big idea, probably, yeah? You wanna play c4. And my queen on b5 will be kind of bad. Okay. That's pretty interesting. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yes, this is a mess. This position is a mess. This position is a bloody mess. A total mess. I don't know who is better anymore. My rooks suck. Yeah, everything sucks. Damn. Damn. Good judgment call. Very good judgment call. You know what? I'm probably just gonna go 95 anyway. Okay, rook b1. You expected g4, of course, yeah? I mean, it's pretty natural. Pretty natural move. Okay, Mr. Apex Smartass. Do you go to every channel talking about this stuff? I'm just curious. Like, dude, really? Okay. Rook f7. To be honest, this doesn't seem right. This doesn't seem right at all. You know what? Can I play this? I'm just curious. If I just gonna give you this exchange, should be okay. Because you have so many weaknesses and such a bad king. I think my bishop is worth the rook here. Knight to d6, okay. It's time to push this knight. Take. You have a channel, good. You forgot to click on rated. I don't care about this rating, man. It's okay. Apex smartass got timed out by my wonderful moderator. All right. Thank you for the game, Mr. Zamo. Mr. Arsenal Fanrici. Tactics, sir. Yeah, you're missing tactics. All right. Let me get more chocolate. Oh, it's rook f6? Yeah, but then you allow knight d3, yeah? That's why I said you have to play c4, man. Because knight d3 looks pretty strong. Alright, so it's bishop to c5. You're trying to get some space there, or what? Okay, interesting. Alright, so bishop c5 anyway, yeah. And now king f1. Remove the king from the spin, and the threat of h6 is renewed. Yeah. That's the problem, because when the opposite color bishops, when you have an attack, your opponent doesn't have the opposing bishop. It's very hard to defend. This bishop cannot help your defense, man. Sometimes that's why you should actually just play d4 and give up the pawn, but to open your bishop, okay? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. Alright. Probably should take and take, yeah, but it's boring. Boring. Pretty boring. Yeah, but then I can take this pawn, yeah? Any vices? Always. More than 5. Yeah. And by the way, I thought that the number of scenes was like 7. Yeah. Wait. Am I mixing that up with the movie Zodiac? Was it 7? Yeah. Was Brad Pitt? And Morgan Freeman? Yeah. I don't know. That movie was awesome. Awesome. Wait, Mr. Dillman, what are you doing? Mr. Dillman, your endgame. What are you doing, man? Alright, now we know which part of the game you need to work on, yeah? Your endgames. They require more work. Okay, so check back, yeah. Yeah, why not? And rook a7. See? All right. Now you see why I said this bishop is as good as this rook or this rook. Because the bishop does so much. Protects the pawn, protects this pawn, supports the rook, takes all these squares. This bishop, like, dude, is worth more than this rook, yeah? It's a golden bishop. All right. Rook g6, good move. Pretty good move. The question is, how are you gonna stop my pawn? Can you stop my pawn? a5, rook g6, d6, king e8, bishop c5, king d7, a6, rook e6, a7, rook e8, bishop b4, king c6, but there's also hg7, yeah, so you don't have time. So have you calculated it? But you take on h6, a6, king e7, a7, rook g8, yeah? Okay, so you're just on time, yeah? Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to trade the rook unless I know that I'm absolutely winning that position. And because I know that I'm not absolutely winning, so I'm not gonna trade it, yeah? So the question is, queen b4, queen f3, rook g7, rook g7, hg7, check on d1, king h2, queen h5, or just take on g7, yeah? But if you take on g7, then okay, you have rook f5 maybe, rook f5, g4, yeah? What else can I do? I can play queen e4 maybe. And then queen f5, yeah? And the question is, what is that? Okay. I mean, ideally, if you take on b4, rook g2 first, no? King g2, and then queen g6, king h2, queen h5, and the king f1, queen d3, queen b1, king e2. No, okay, that doesn't work, yeah? I'm an idiot. Queen b4, queen takes d5. I'm a fucking moron, yeah? My god. So that means queen c4 actually, yeah? Queen c4, and then queen b4. Meh. I'm trying to find the win here. Oh, I see the win. King 7. Wait. Take. Here. 5 here. Take. No, a7. 5. This is close to winning, yeah, but is it winning? I mean, it should be winning. Okay. Let's play it just for the sake of educational, um, educational experience. Okay. Okay. So, Mr. Dillman, I was too tough on you. I didn't see Bishop D2. Okay. Good move. Good move, man. I didn't see this move. Now that I see this move, I like it. Good stuff. Alright, so bring the king, yeah? Alright, probably if I move my rook somewhere like rook e7, should be easy win. But I wanted to test this idea. So let's see it. F3 check here, take. There is check, yeah, so you can't do that. So, but F3 you take, check here. I don't know. Alright, A5, yeah, push the pawn. Maybe Mr. Texas Speed, maybe. Panic mode again, what? You're the regional Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Hammer Films for horror? Why? Okay. A qualified doctor to get the right answer. What? Alright. Queen A4 was best over because promote exchanges to winning endgame. Why not H6? But why? He takes with the king. Actually, king f7, yeah, doesn't matter. King f3? What? Well. Rook b8 allows bishop e5. And allows me to take your beautiful knight with my bishop, allowing me beautiful blockading knight versus your bad bishop. You had a good knight. And this trade is good for white. I think. Alright. Hopefully I calculated everything correctly. 7. I don't think king e7 is correct. Because you're giving me pawn, man. You give me time to take this pawn. Yeah. That's why I thought you should play king f7. Because you play rook a8 and I don't have time to take this pawn. And then it's a question. Mr. Texas Speed, this looks very much like a draw. Alright, very solid game. Good job. Alright. Alright, so take, yeah. Rook f4. Well, you should play this anyway. You need to pin this guy. Alright, Mr. Dillman, now your position is pretty dangerous, yeah? Because again, you see the knight is superior because he blocks your pawn, protects everything. So bishop c5. And basically white has 3 pawns and a bishop versus king and a rook. Which is good stuff for white, yeah? And you just basically roll with your stuff. King h2, king somewhere like this. Because you play b4 and d6 and pawn protects the bishop and bishop protects these 2 pawns, yeah? And then what you have to do is sort of run with your king and attack all these guys. Because bishop and these 3 pawns, they're self-sufficient. Alright. And the pawns are kind of a little too advanced for the king to deal with them alone. Right? So the rook will have to stay and sort of help protect these guys. But it's a tall order. All right, so the question now, what is this position, yeah? What is this position? Yeah, probably black can make a draw here, but he will have to be extremely resourceful, I think. So rook c1 probably is the correct plan. If you play queen e7, I probably just play b3 first, yeah. Because you have double pawns here. So that means I have 4 versus 1, yeah. I mean, I already have 2 extra pawns, but thanks to these double pawns, it's like three pawns are rolling here. So white should be pretty happy with this position. Well, Mr. Texas Speed, I thought that g5 was a very good move for equality, but you can check with the computer, of course, yeah. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure g5 is like in the top 3 moves for the engine. Because, you know, it sort of allows me to minimize the danger, yeah. One of the important things, guys, is that in chess is that you have to learn how to minimize risks. And just queen e5, yeah, just trade. You have winning endgame, trade stuff. All right, but now that you play d4, the bishop cannot go to this diagonal. All right, that was the point. That was the point. And now the king can try to come via e4 to do some royal damage. I mean, all white has to do is to join this king with these pawns, because this bishop is out, yeah, and then that's it. All right, Mr. Pefimoso, not a bad game, but you missed knight d3, yeah? Should have played c4 there, which is probably equal game. Your king is again far from the main action. Okay, but yeah, wait. You know, just stay calm. Don't resign. It's just an advantage for whites. Okay, maybe it's big. I don't think it's quite that big yet. I mean, it's just getting there, yeah. But I'm pretty sure that if you look for some ideas, black can have some defensive resources, yeah. So don't resign. Always look for chance. Always look for a chance to create the most problems. Although, to be honest, here it looks a little bit like kind of unpleasant, you know. But okay, I can see some ideas for black. I remember there was once a game in the classical chess where I won a similar position where I had knight and queen, and b pawn versus bishop and queen and d pawn against Joel Benjamin. Yeah, I remember that was pretty crazy. So Mr. Dillman, I thought rook e6 was pretty interesting idea to cut off my king. Okay. See, the f2 pawn is important because it covers the e3 square, yeah? So that's why this pawn is important. I do remember that my knight versus Joel was here also on d3 somewhere, or maybe d4 and pawn is on b5. So little things like far pass pawn versus central pass pawn, they can, they can go like long ways to help you create pressure on your opponent's position. It's all about that magical pressure. And at some point, your opponent will make a mistake. What innovation do you think allowed Magnus Carlsen to reach such height? I do remember when yourself and Kramnik were winning a lot of courses. Well, Magnus Carlsen is combining all the best from Kasparov, Anand, Kramnik, and Anand, yeah? That's why he is the best. He's got the best of everybody, of all those champions. He's the best in the positions where you need technical expertise, okay? He is a great calculator. And most of all, he adapts to his opponents. Alright, so g5 is played with the idea of having rook h6. I like g5 move. That's a pretty good move, man. Yeah, which accentuates my missed idea of playing h4. Maybe h4 was better. Yep, you're right. But okay, I have my plan. Yeah, I have to follow my plan. Otherwise, I got nothing. Otherwise, I have no advantage. The only question is, after I play b5, do I take with the rook and keep the a pawn alive, or I take with the pawn? I think I should take with the pawn because then it will be a little bit easier to protect it, yeah? And move it out of this bishop way. All right, Mr. Pifimoso, thank you for the game. Mr. Robato, thank you for the game. Mr. Robato, you missed the chance, I think, to attack my e5 pawn. Like queen c7 or something. Okay. Mr. Mormagil, thank you for the game. You guys see valuation, right? It's +2. Basically, g3, king just walks up to here. And you cannot play rook g6 because d7 and your king has to be on b7, yeah. And if rook is on g6 and d7 and bishop e7. But if the rook stays on the 7th rank, then white king picks up this pawn, then comes here and attacks this guy, yeah. I mean, it might take some time, yeah. First you take this pawn, if the rook goes to f7, using the h7 pawn creates this sort of fortress, then you have to go all the way back and bring your king here to attack this pawn, okay? So you just play it slow, you don't rush. Because you cannot really play king t5, yeah, again. King has to be here, rook has to be here, everybody on the 7th. And then you just bring your king here and voila. All right. So Mr. Dillman is the last man standing, like in the good old times. All right, b5 it is, yeah. We gotta play b5, man. There's just no other choice. You picked up some Tony's chocolate at the market today. You highly recommend. I don't think we have Tony's chocolate in France, man. You thought it was a trick? Yeah, but okay, take on e5, take on e5, f4 is you just go like knight d7, f5, e5, yeah. I mean, okay, you gotta check with the engine, right? What is the best way to play this? Also, I thought, you know, your knight on e4 was really good. But when I play queen h5, you should play queen g5 and just go for the endgame, yeah? You cannot allow my queen to remain on h5. And the queen on h5 is just very dangerous, yeah? Or you can take on g3, play queen g5 and force the queen trade, and then you get the endgame with the worse bishop. But because it's the endgame, I don't have such a strong attack. So your chances to make a draw are very strong. Very strong chances. So Mr. Dillman, you see how slowly your position is deteriorated, yeah? Small inaccuracies, they do add up. I don't think it's lost yet, yeah, but I don't think, why I don't understand why you think you have only like one move, in my opinion. Yeah, when you have only one move, you should just make it. That's not it. I was thinking more bishop a5. Yeah, you need the rook on h6 to keep pressure on the h3 pawn. So I thought bishop a5 and bring the bishop back. This doesn't seem right. To me, this does not look right. Rook e6 does not look right because you bring my king closer to the pawn. So I cannot approve of this move. Bishop a5, knight c5, and then, okay, maybe king e8, yeah? You don't have to blunder knight d7 check. But knight c5 now is for sure because knight will hit the rook. Okay? Knight c5 now is definitely in the picture. But after bishop a5, knight c5, you can play even king e7, yeah? And you don't have to blunder the knight d7 check. Yes, it's true, I can play knight a4. But then you can even think about, you know, giving up the bishop for this pawn or something. Or play bishop c7 and block the bishop on b8 and then still attack this pawn, yeah? If you take this pawn, and then you take this pawn, and then you give up the bishop for this pawn. I mean, if you have these three pawns versus g pawn, it's just a draw, yeah? You just trade last pawn and that's it. Yeah, but now this looks bad, yeah. Just king c5. And push the pawn. You just switch on the engine to analyze the game. You could have won your bishop with discover check at some point. What? Which game was that? You mean this game? Something like this, somewhere here. I don't know. Okay, it's +3, yeah, so I could have just taken with the bishop. But rook takes is also +4, yeah, it's good enough. So, yeah, I think the biggest problem was that you just allowed me to fix your weakness on c5 and then you played very passively, yeah. You know what black does in such positions? They play c4, sacrifice the b pawn, but then you get the b passed pawn. And then you try to blockade the c pawn and connect your passed pawn to protect it. Sometimes, okay? So keep your mind open to this idea. When you have b4 and c5 pawn and I have pawn on b3, sometimes you can play c4. Just sacrifice this pawn, but you play knight b7, knight c5 and blockade the pawn, okay? All right. This should be winning. Why? Because bishop is out, yeah. And king b6. This is a critical move. Black king is stopped from joining the attack. The rook can go to b5 and the king can go to a7. And as you can see, this bishop is just a watcher, while this knight can always join the attack. Yeah. See, that's why I played rook c1 and attack his bishop, so he plays d4. Because if he didn't play d4, what black needed is to keep the pawn on d5 and bishop on d4, okay? Because pawn takes the light squares and bishop would have taken the dark squares. I mean, it's not always easy to see that, but yeah. Too personal? What are you guys talking about? Are you guys talking about the chocolates? Chocolate is very personal. I agree. Chocolate is very personal. Hello, Mr. Chespon. You like hearing stories about energetic chess personalities? You were fishing for ginger stories. Wow. As you said, you need energetic personality. I don't have energy at the moment to talk about energetic personalities, okay? It takes energy to do that. But you remind me of this very famous Hong Kong movies of the 80s, yeah? In that movie, it was kind of a very convoluted plot. You have one main hero, one antagonist, and then suddenly out of nowhere, a second main hero appears, like halfway through the movie, and he proceeds to talk a lot of funny things, like, you know, like his style was about conserving energy and making his opponent run out of energy. And he kept spewing stuff like, you know, after this move, you spend so much energy on this move, and I spend zero energy on this move. And then he commentates your next move and says, you spend this % of energy on this attack, and I spend 0% energy to defend against it. So when this guy, this second hero, finally meets the boss and starts talking about the energy, the bad boss just starts laughing so hard. He proceeds to kick his ass. So, you know, I watched a lot of Hong Kong movies, yeah, of the 80s. Yeah, some of them are like pretty hysterically funny. All right, gentlemen. Mr. Dillman, let's see where you made an inaccuracy. So you see after b4 it's 0.43. Okay, in this position, see, I told you, you're okay. So rook b8 with the idea of rook b3 was probably maybe just the best idea, okay? You immediately do the frontal attack on the pawn and you prevent the pawn from pushing. Because after rook c2, you see, it switched, yeah? I should have played b4, but I think 91 is okay. So I gave you a chance to return your rook, but you played this. And again, rook b8. And now after b4 is advantage for white. It's not big. 96, 95, but now it's 0.9, it's growing, yeah? And b5, what? What? What is b5? Knight c5? Ah, okay, and if rook b8, bishop e5, and if rook b6, knight b3. Okay, computer BS, yeah? But you see it's +1, yeah? Nice, rook b8, and now bishop e5, king e2, bishop c3, rook c1, and yeah, and it's +1, yeah? It's advantage white. Yeah, it's +1. It's still probably you can make a draw, but it's getting very difficult. So you see how, you know, the dangers of this endgame are still there. But you did good job until here. Until that moment, you did pretty good job. Yeah, you were correct. Taking on b5 and bishop e3 was probably better immediately, yeah. But okay, it's very close to equal. Yeah, and I should have played, I should have kept the bishop pair, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about it, because my bishop is very strong, but I didn't see bishop e3. Yeah, I was trying to prevent knight c5, but I didn't see bishop e3. Bishop e3, you cannot take, yeah, because of this. So bishop on e3 stands very safe, and then, yeah, it's a problem for black, yeah. Because it's the same thing, because that's what I wanted to get, yeah. But instead you can play bishop e3 immediately, and then you sort of have this rook a d1 and attack. Yeah, okay. Also here, this position, yeah. See, it's equal. Queen h4. Yeah, I was surprised that you didn't play knight d7 here, because I thought, because okay, knight d4 is still possible, yeah. Yeah, so rook e8 maybe, yeah, rook e8. You know, just take the file, yeah. Yeah, and then I don't know. I think you're just fine. You can even play queen c7, knight d7, yeah. Because my queen is bad, because every time this knight moves, you have rook e4. Okay, that's the idea. So this knight on d2 is a terrible move. So I had to play knight c3, yeah. I saw knight c3, but then I thought that this is just equal. And it is equal, pretty much. So d5 is not the greatest move, yeah. Okay, the computer says I had to castle d5, bishop e2, bishop c4, okay. But it's like Petrov, and I hate Petrov. My god, the Russian game, yeah? Bro, Gata, hello, hello. Yeah, you still had chance for the draw, man. Yeah. All right, gentlemen, I'll put this the Simul probably on the YouTube tomorrow. By the way, you can watch the previous Title Tuesdays and previous Simul on the YouTube, I think. I think you can watch it, yeah? So those of you who are missing, I've been putting some files there. Okay, that's no, you don't. I have only Title Tuesday, yeah. So I don't have a Simul from. All right, so I'll need to put the Simul from. All right, let me do it right now. From Thursday, yeah. So. Right. Verified arena. Wait, that was Arena Kings. Wait. Didn't I do the Simul on Thursday? Yeah, this is a Simul. Yeah, okay, but I didn't export it, yeah? Okay, so I have exported. March 2 Simul. Alright, let me do this. And so the first part of the TT, I'll publish it. Alright, and I'll put it tomorrow, okay? So you can rewatch the Simul and some comments tomorrow. Alright, guys? Alright, guys. Alright, guys, I'll see you probably on Tuesday, okay, for TT. Alright? So good night, everybody.